Well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all here right now. And my name is Rooster, and I have a TikTok, also a Telegram, also a Pal Talk chat room service I have been doing for over 27 on Pal Talk. Originally started out as 9/11 Pathway to Armageddon. Now I renamed the room recently as Zombie Apocalypse, which you will also find me on Telegram as a Zombie Apocalypse as well. And I want everyone to please listen tonight because tonight is going to be the most important night that most of you are going to need to know and need to really listen and tune into. Those of you who do not know me, I have been at this for over 21 years. I'm one of the original 9/11 truthers who have been involved in investigating on multiple different levels our United States government and also been working together with exposing very corrupt and demonic members of parliaments around the world, including Germany, UK, you name it. I can go on down the list, but I don't want to waste time talking about my credentials tonight. I don't know how to say this, guys. All I know how to start with is always start with the shit that you all are hearing tonight. On YouTube, it's really hard to get information to all of you because of the censorship, because of the way that they're trying to block everyone from knowing the truth, because they work for the evil people that you all are seeing around you. But guys, you don't need me to tell you anything. You all have a sense of intelligence to know that something's just not right about everything that's going on right now. Something is just off. And what I'm going to do in this video is try to get you all to listen carefully without trying to make any enemies on either side, but just simply get you to think with your minds. Guys, I'm not wanting to be arrogant. I don't have no dream nor desire to be arrogant. I don't have no ego here trying to gain brownie points for my work. But what I am going to share with you all tonight is something very important and vital for all of you to listen and to learn. And I'm going to begin this story with derailments around the country that's been taking place since January, including the recent most tragic event, February the 3rd, 2023, in East Palestine, Ohio. And I need you to listen to this because this is going to open a Pandora's box greater than you all imagine. And it's going to stumble and stomp on the rightist, the leftist, in fact, all the globalist agendas. It's going to expose them in the widest way that I can possibly expose them in, that I have not already, if I have not already, done in the last 20 years, in spite of all of the so called political interference and censorships. I hope that what you're going to hear tonight is actually going to open up all of your eyes. Now, we're going to begin with the so called tragic and most sabotaged train derailment that our nation has ever experienced in the history of our nation. But before I start on that, I want you all to understand the concept of biological attack, biological warfare declared against all humanity, including in your own country of US. These events are not only being done by government leaders around the world, these events are also being carried out by even our own government against its own people. And you must understand this in a much more complex level. So, what I'm going to do here, and I hope that no one judges me, And no one tries to turn this into a debate, because there's no debate what I'm about to share with you, because it is documented, everything I'm going to share with you. It began on February the 3rd, 2023 in Ohio, in a town called East Palestine. Before this event began, and all of you already know, and if you have not already know, is that this event actually was depicted in a very live movie, mind you, that was aired on Netflix 3 months earlier, depicting exactly, and not only depicting, but actually the real event played out in a motion picture called White Noise on Netflix 3 months before the actual event. And this event all involved train derailment, carrying toxic chemicals on board the train that was leaked out onto the public, that caused extreme mayhem onto the public. And everything that I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, is beyond your comprehension. It's hard to believe, the phantom, that this is all staged, sabotaged, intent, with a strong intention to cause mayhem, hell, terror, death, and long-term death, as well as destruction of environmental, livestock, private livestock, as well as fish in creek bottoms, and so on and so forth. All in the same token of poisoning human beings. This was an attack, ladies and gentlemen, as a better word to make it all summed up so you can all see. This was not some ordinary accident that took place. Because the very people that actually were behind the events that happened were also communicating with a movie production company who were producing the movie White Noise to put their event live in their movie to let every single human being know what was truly taking place in this moment. And as you all see in this moment, you already know that the people that were working in this movie set, the producers, the writers, have contact with individual people that working in the highest level of government in the shadows, who are perpetrating your future. Some will call them the secret society, some will call them the Illuminati, some will call them whatever, Freemasons, but yet they all belong to a secret order. And then they are known as an actual real life cult that's more demonic, that dates back many centuries back. But as we're going to cover this story tonight, I want to make sure everybody understands something very clear. This was no freak accident, because they even admitted on mainstream news that this was a controlled release and then ignited the gas. Their excuse of creating a controlled release of this chemical came down in the wake of their fear, as they tried to make it look and make it appear that they were afraid that this chemical known as vinyl chloride would turn into a gas if room temperature were happened to have set in those containers that they were stored in on the train. which this became a false information. This was very false because the chemical was already a gas the moment they put it in to those containers. It had and was already containing and were already producing a gas reactor or reaction, shall I say. That they had to release it. In other words, meaning that this gas had not been released yet. There was no chemical released onto the ground, even though that there was signs that it had caught on fire. But one must ask, what caught it on fire? What made this train catch on fire to begin with? What made this train derail to begin with? Some people are trying to make it look, well, those train tracks were already out of, were very bad shape and needed a lot of repair. So they're trying to make it look like they're wagging the dog to the company. But this was nowhere near the truth as to the tracks that those trains were riding on. But one must understand something is that if this gas was truly leaking out in the earlier wake of this so-called train catching on fire before the derailment, then why didn't it explode earlier instead of going several hundred yards before it actually derailed on fire? Because it's gas. The moment gas is ignited in a combustible stage, it would have exploded. So that right there told me it was a bullshit lie. There's something they're lying about. There's just simply something they're lying about. So anyhow, so I dug a little bit deeper. When they sat there and admitted that they were conducting a controlled release, they put out a warning to all of the locals there and all of the so-called political members, and they said to them to get out, evacuate, meaning they're getting ready to blow this bitch up. They're going to open the containers to release the chemicals, which means they did it by design. They knew what they were doing. And they were trying to make it look like and conceal it under an accident, quote and unquote, to make it look like, oh, we opened it. Oh, we didn't know it was going to blow up. Oh my God, what happened? Oh. Ooh. But the fuckers knew exactly what the fuck they were going to do. They knew that they were going to kill a lot of things, short term and long term, when they released it. I told you guys we're dealing with Luciferians who want to kill the population. And they have not only want to do it, they're publicly telling you they're going to do it. It's not a hidden secret. I'm not telling you no surprises. You just witnessed it on national television. But that's not where this party begins. Now, even though we discovered that they made a movie depicting the exact event, which is what they always do very famously, that we all witness with every event has been televised on every episode on The Simpsons, including 9/11 was episode before the events took place, before 9/11 actually took place on The Simpsons. We see them in movies. 9/11 was also produced and depicted on another movie that happened just a year before 9/11. That was actually a series on television. But we seen this and we warned everybody. We kept telling everybody, this is what's going on. This is what they're doing. They're making movies and they're telling you a story in the movies. It's all real. But they're telling you ahead of time in the movie so you don't know if it's a real time or if it's just a movie. Where you all were questioning, am I in a movie set? Because I swear to God, I just seen this in a movie the other day. That there's something more evil what they're doing, guys. Because everybody with a legitimate concern that returning to their homes would be inevitably impossible, for it is unsafe. The air is not breathable. Excuse me. I got tongue twisted there. It is not possible to breathe, drink the water, and return home without health implications. And they knew it. The CDC knew it. The EPA knew it. And what does they do is they change the threat level of vinyl chloride on their websites 3 weeks before the event. They updated their information so you will all be gaslighted as to what dangers you will be facing if and when you become exposed to this new man-made disaster that they were planning. They changed it. They changed and removed information when it came to questioning the threats of children being exposed to this chemical, which meant they planted it. They planned this entire fucking event, your own government. They knew this fucking event was going to happen. That's why they removed the threat levels so you can trust your government who cares about you, that they were willing to conceal, remove information that could have been of your lives. That shows you the audacity of their freaking damn evil. And the YouTube company glorifies these bastards because they fear them, or they're being funded by them. But that's not all. You think this is just it. But there were 7 derailments, including a truck carrying hazardous material. Hazardous material on board. Some catching on fire. Some were releasing acids into the ground. Another train derailment in Detroit, South Carolina, Texas. I can go down the list and tell you. This all happened within a week, ladies and gentlemen. Within a week apart. This was no accident. Because the best way you can kill off the population is to make it look like an accident or to make it look like it's natural. We all got the witness in Turkey, even though we got documentation, facts, warnings in advance that United States of our corrupt government were going to attack Turkey in the form of using earthquake making machines. There were many warnings that were put out on local TV there inside of Turkey, including in Russia, RT News, including Europe, admitting that this was the case and this was the warning being issued, that this is the possibility. And not only that it had this warning, we also had the president of Turkey that made a public announcement that United States was threatening to use earthquake making machines to attack them. 3 months earlier, the United States, Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, and many different other countries, France, all also warned all of their ambassadors and cabinet members that are in Turkey to get the hell out of Turkey, giving them a formal foreknowledge warning that something was about to happen in that area, because it's the only time they do that, was when they know something is bad is about to come. And the only way you know this information is as if you are the one planning this information. That's the only way you would know this is going to happen, because earthquakes are not predictable. They're planned and they're carried out by military as well as government. But nonetheless, in spite of the warnings of the president of Turkey giving this warning that they were going to be using earthquake making machines to trigger an earthquake, a massive earthquake in Turkey, we got the warnings as well by the United States government and every other country around the world warning to get out of the country of Turkey, as they're telling them something bad is about to happen in that area. And then 1 week, United States contacts the Turkish government telling them, stop delivering goods to Russia. And I'm quite sure this is not the only warning they warned them about, but this definitely became a warning because it became public knowledge to stop supplying Russia with computers and microchip implants, even though they didn't need their computers nor their microchip implants, because Russia is self-reliant. They don't need foreign investors or foreign companies to assist them with a war. But America wanted to paint the picture to make it look like that's what they're doing. But that's not what they were doing. The United States just simply wanted to attack Turkey because Turkey went against the alliance of NATO, because Turkey needed Russia to survive. The Turkish government and the Turkish economy depends on Russian materials to survive in. That's what they've depended on many, many, many damn years before this bullshit conflict today. It's the Americans wanted them to break the ties with them because they planned to make war with them. And they needed all their allies, and the government of Turkey refused to be their ally because they don't see the Russians as an enemy. It's the only reason why they would refuse to listen and yield to the American shice, because it was only the reason because Joe Biden and his son stood to lose big money. Joe Biden and his son also stood to be arrested for violating international treaty agreements and laws between United States that was set aside by George W. Bush and many different other players, including Reagan, that United States would never push to the east. This became a declaration of war the moment they pushed the issue. And they knew that's what they were doing because they needed war to divert, to distract their actual true purpose of being there. Biden and his son were doing illegal dealings with China over the natural resources in Ukraine, including embargoes against the oil supply coming from Russia. United States blew up the pipelines and then tried to attempt to use a UFO sighting that got shot down in Michigan as a way to throw off any suspicious minds that would conceive the fact that United States did this, to stop all suspicions, to look the way that the pipelines were caused by the United States. But at the same time, they were trying to make it look like that this was a natural event, when in actuality, they blew the pipelines. We got the evidence of something explosive. Something was planted and exploded and turned into a massive fireball that looked like a nuclear fallout. But the people didn't know. The people were still asleep. The people still frozen in mind. The people don't even have a clue that this is being perpetrated against your lives. The people have no idea that the lie is a lie, is a lie, is a lie, because they believe in the lie more than they believe in the truth. They only trust the lie more than they trust the truth in their inside of themselves, and the trust the intuition in their minds. They trust the government shice. They trust the government shills. They trust this shit that have done nothing but destroy the ways of their lives and force them to take the VCs and lied to them about the pandemic of even its own existence. Millions, and if not even billions, taking the vax that will soon experience death of oneself, if not even carrying stillborn babies in their stomach, blood clots, and many different levels. But some people don't understand it. This is not hate against government. This is despicable against individuals who decided to destroy life, who have positions but the real truth is that all these that I'm talking about freely right now can be backed up by documents. And when I said that we have 7 derailments inside of the United States, you got to also take into mind all the earthquakes we had, tornadoes we've had, storms, and unusual warm weather in winter wonderland We have warm weather in times when we are supposed to be winter, where you can't tell one season from the next because of the weather modification and manipulations, where you all think it's global warming. They're trying to use global warming to control you. They're trying to use global warming to enslave you. They're trying to use global warming to lock you down. They're trying to use this because they're using weather modifications to target you and destroy your homes, to replace you, to relocate you. We have government documents admitting it, weather modification. We have government documents confirming these events. This is not just fact check conspiracy theory bullshit. These are fact, and you can check them out. What angers me is they killed thousands, hundreds, billions. $250,000 people dead inside of Turkey. 180,000 dead in Sichuan, China. Or say 250,000. Sorry. 250,000. Let me back up and reiterate that. 250,000 in Haiti. And over 70,000 still counting inside of Turkey because they're still having earthquakes. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to also another mind. A lot of you think that HARP is not active because you don't see HARP website. HARP has been active and never has changed its course, even when they lost connection and you all lost connection to their website. They didn't lose a website, they just changed the website link. And the military did not, by all means, leave this facility, especially when this facility is known for being and Fukushima, Japan earthquake, as well as the meltdown. It's funny how that this link, no one has added me. It's funny how that I'm making a live video and nobody's even coming in to join this conversation. It's funny. I'm sitting here looking at it on my screen right here. You see there? There. Sorry. Now, a lot of you want to know why I'm looking this way. Okay. But I'm looking this way because my monitor is here. Okay. My camera is here. The website will be posted to HARP. The new website will be posted in the room, and you can all go there to your heart's content, and you can see that it actually is real. It does have a new website. And you will see they have been turned on through their magnometer, their induction magnometer monitoring station site. You will see they were turned on exactly every damn time zone and timestamp of every event. You don't have to take my word for it. They're splitting the earth. They're destroying the earth. They're going to divide nations by splitting the earth. They're going to destroy state to state by flooding regions in between state controlled systems. You're going to see these things, guys, because this is the things that are going to happen. This is real. It's not a fantasy. It's not fake. I can show you every document. I want everybody to come to join me on Telegram because there I can answer all of your questions. There I can show you all the documents. There you can see all of my archives. Here on YouTube, it's very sensitive and it's very hard to post things that don't get censored and removed. But you got to see it. You got to see it, guys. They're murdering us. They're killing us. They're poisoning you. They're poisoning you through your drinks. They're poisoning you through your foods. They're making genetic modified eggs and chickens that actually live. They're removing you from your homes and destroying and relocating your homes. And once they get you under their control fully, you're going to love it. And you will never get it back. Because that's a part of their 2030 document. You need to go see it. You need to go read it. You need to go understand it. And you all need to go wake the hell up because your lives are going to fucking fall. You're going to die. And your death in some regions will be tormentive, and some regions will be torture, and some regions will be easier in dying calmly, and some will be peacefully dying, but most will be dying in tormentive levels beyond your comprehension. I need all of you to understand this because they're not playing with you. They're not playing friends with you, buddies, brothers. They're not playing sisters with you. They're not playing with you at all because they're going to kill every human being, including themselves, because they have something in them they have to kill too. By killing themselves, they remove what's in them. They're luring even the very ones who are running the Luciferian system. They also have to kill themselves because they're human. And therefore, they have to remove the spirit out of them by killing themselves. "38 minutes and 33 seconds. How many more seconds? How many more videos do I need to make for you all to see the truth? How many people? Please tell me. I ask you, how many? Please. This is your lives. Everything I'm telling you is the truth. I'm not fabricating anything. They sabotaged the event in Ohio and every train derailment throughout the country. It's all a part of their game. All your religions are all a part of their game. You're all the suckers falling for a false God and his false salvation. I'm telling you, you're all being deceived. Christians and Christians alike, Muslims and Muslim alike. They're deceiving you. They control it. They control your religions. They're the ones who wrote your religions. I keep telling you this, and some of you think I'm full of shit. The sad part about all this is you will die if you don't start acting against what they're doing. Take an actionable role in stopping them. Be not afraid of them. Fear not of these people, these shit people. Fear not. because you're going to bite the heads off of the snake. You just got to be willing to do it and stop being afraid. Your lives depend on it. By saying that, I salute all of you. I hope that everybody understands what I'm trying to tell them. I'm not here to be your enemy. And like I said from the very beginning, I'm just a person who had the knowledge, the power of knowledge. And I knew this was coming many years ago. I have even gave many commentaries and warnings that these were going to happen to you. And it's already here. Where they're going to use trained derailments of biological attacks on the public and make it look natural. They're going to use weather modifications to make it look natural, that earthquakes are natural, who have lightning and bombs and explosions behind it before they start, which are lies, 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 lies. I keep saying that over again because it makes me sick that they sold the lies to all of you and you all fell for it. And I hope that your lives are going to survive this phase of COVID-19 lie, that you will all at least wake up before the next huge event that's going to kill you all. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We can only sit up here day in and day out and watch all of these damn catastrophic events happening all over the world so fast in short amount of times and spans between each other that you got to start thinking that these are not natural, people. This is not a natural phenomenon. These are designs to destroy every way of life that you know. And that's what you got to start doing. It's your lives, your future, and the future of your loved ones depend on you all to wake up, including your loved ones to wake up. Deception means to deceive on all accounts of levels. As long as they're buying our story, we have achieved deception. This pisses me off. And by saying that, guys, I have many more stories I want to share with you all. I wish I could go in this all night long, man. I wish I had the time to do so, but I have to go to bed early tonight. I have to work tomorrow. I have to make myself feel normal. Go to work, come home like a puppet. Because I do have a life outside of this, and I try to live it. But it's hard to do when I know it's that we're being lied to. I know. I know as well as you all know. I know as well as everybody else knows. We're being lied to. I'm not an idiot. I work for the government because I keep my enemy close to me. I want everyone to know I'm here to help you all to see the truth. I'm not trying to be any of your enemies. I'm not an anti-American. I'm anti-freaking establishments. Get rid of them. Let them burn in the hell they deserve to burn in. And have them no more running your governments. Target them if you see them. Arrest them if you may. And bring them before a court to be convicted and condemned to hell they belong in. Know who they are. It doesn't take anything to know who they are. Just follow their behavior patterns. That's it. I have more, but not tonight. I have to get off. I have to try to get some sleep. Peace to all my friends, family, people I care about. including strangers that don't even know me. I care about you. That's why I'm here. I care about you, man. I don't even have to know you, but I care about your future because I know what they're doing to your future. I know what they're going to do to your future. I already see what they're going to do with your future. If you're going to get knowledge, I'm the guy you need to talk to because I bury it in my knowledge memory data bank. I can pull every detail, date, and time of everything these bastards have done. Just ask me. If you really want to know, ask me. This is to all the elite. Fuck you. We're coming after you. Bank on it, bitch. And just one other thing. Anybody wants to contact me, anybody wants to see me, I'm going to post my link to YouTube. I'm going to post my link to Pal Talk. And I'm going to post my link where you can all find me, speak live to me, ask me questions live on my Telegram program, my group. I'm here, guys. I've been here for 20 something years, waiting to answer questions, waiting to show you answers because I have so much I need to share with you all. So much knowledge that will blow your freaking lids off your asses. Just come. Just come. Don't be afraid to talk to me. Because I know a lot more than you do. Don't need to be intimidated. Because even the most lack knowledge in the room has the most intelligent question. It's just a matter of just coming to meet me and ask me. I want to meet you all. I'm open to all of you. Peace, guys. Have a good night. Keep your loved ones safe. Make sure you're all okay. And be informed. Informed to the best of your knowledge and ability. Peace out.